Hey guys, Panzer J back here with a new YouTube war, Operation Casino Royale. I am playing the Comintern, the Russians, and the CCP. Hambone is going to be the Commonwealth and Free French, or not Free French, but the French for now. I'm sure it'll eventually become the Free French. Silk is going to be the US KMT. Global War 36 enthusiast is going to be Germany, and Boston Bruce is going to take on the role of the Japanese. So let's get into the CCP. It is July of 36, 1.2 for the CCP and 1.3 for the Soviet Union. So the CCP has $2 to spend. We're going to spend $1 to try to influence Suyan. So up here is Suyan. So we need a 1 or a 2 to successfully influence Suyan. So let's see. Wow. I like that. That's a great way to start. Okay, so we do go ahead and influence Suyan. So that is, I think it's $1. Yep, $1. So I'll convert those forces to the CCP, and we go up to 3 on the production, or on the IPP chart. Okay, so now we have 2 territories. So I believe we need a 1 or a 2 to get either 2 militia or 1 infantry, I believe. Ooh, an 8 now. Well, okay, so we got the big roll though, so I guess that's good. Okay, so for the CCP, we saved $1, and now we're up to 3, so we should have 4 to spend next turn. Okay, on to the Soviet Union. They have $4 to spend, and they're not going to spend it at all. They're going to save all 4, but they do have a sub and destroyer that they can place in the place units box there on the production chart. Okay, so for attacks, we do have 1 attack in Spain, and I did check with Pete, and he does not want to scramble from Galicia and Leon. So he has here in Basque Country, he has a cavalry, an infantry, and an artillery. And we're going to go in with the infantry from Catalonia, the 2 infantry from Madrid, and the cavalry from Eastern Andalusia 1-2, and then our medium bomber and our fighter from Madrid. Also, as you can see, I haven't completely set up got the game completely set up. I just tore it down earlier today, so, and then I just set up the nations that I would need to play my turn out here. Okay, so we are going into mountain territory, so our 3 infantry are 1s and our cavalry's a 2. Now, Pete does have 1 artillery, so he gets a first strike at a 3. So let's see how that goes. 10 misses. Okay, so we've got 3 infantry at 1s, a cavalry at a 2, a fighter at a 6, and a medium bomber at a 7. So the medium bomber at a 7, a 10 misses. The fighter at a 6. Oh, this battle's going great. 3 infantry at 1s. And a cavalry at a 2. Wow, all miss. How wonderful. Okay, so he's got a cavalry at a 2, 12 misses, and an infantry at a 4, 12 misses. So we, his artillery already had fired, so we all missed there on the first round. Okay, round 2, a medium bomber at a 7. Oh my God. A fighter at a 6. 1 does hit. Cavalry at a 2. 11 misses, and then 3 infantry at 1s. Nothing. Okay, so we got 1 hit. I'm going to assume he's going to lose the cavalry, so that's a 2. That's dead. His artillery at a 3. 5 misses, and his infantry at a 4. 4 does hit, so we each lose 1. Okay, so I'm going to lose the cavalry actually as well. So we each lost a cavalry. Okay, round 3. If this medium bomber could hit, it'd be nice. Oh, it's 0 for 3. That's wonderful. Fighter at a 6. 4 does hit, and 3 infantry at 1s. Nothing. So we're doing phenomenal. Okay, his artillery at a 3. 10 misses. His infantry at a 4. 9 misses. So we did 1 hit. So he loses the artillery. Okay, he's down to an infantry. We've got a medium bomber. Let's see if this can go 0 for 4. And of course it does. The fighter at a 6. There's our last hit. Okay, his infantry at a 4. Of course. Okay, so that battle pretty much sucked. Okay, so we take it with 2 infantry. What do we want to do here? I think we're going to have both the fighter and the medium bomber fly back to, or not fly back to, but fly to Catalonia, I think. Okay, non-combat, this infantry in Eastern Andalusia is going to move up 1. Then we're going to have the heavy cruiser and the destroyer come over 1, 2, 3 to A35. The coastal sub's going to come down 1 to M2. I don't know what I should do here. Now I'm kind of thinking. I guess that's good. Okay, so that's it here in Spain. So let's do our recruitment roll. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 territories. So we need a 7 or less. This would be huge to hit this. Oh, 4, that's good. Okay, we're going to do 2 militia and put them in Madrid. So I didn't have two militia out, so we'll put 2 militia there in Madrid. Okay, so that's it in Spain. Let's go on to the Soviet Union. It's all non-combat, of course. So let's start over here in the Far East. We're going to have this infantry in Primorsky Krai back off 1 to Amur. We're going to have the infantry in Yakutsk move down to Amur. We're going to have the militia in Chita move over to Amur. We're going to rail. We have 2 rail movements. One of them is this motorized infantry in Chita is going to rail all the way to Arel Kursk. I knocked him over, but he's in Arel Kursk. Also over here in the Far East, we are at a major naval base here in Primorsky Krai. So the sub and the can go 3, and so can the torpedo boat destroyer. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3 down to P41. So those 2 units are down there in P41. Let's take a look at here in Central Russia. Our second rail move is going to be this cavalry in Novosibirsk is going to rail to Transcaucasia. The infantry in Novosibirsk is going to move over 1 to Angara. We're going to have this infantry in North Caucasia come down 1. Same thing with the cavalry, both down to Transcaucasia. We're going to have this infantry in Western Kazakhstan move to Kalmyskaya. The infantry in Turkmenistan moves up to Western Kazakhstan. The motorized infantry in Central Kazakhstan goes 1, 2 to Stalingrad. The infantry in Stalingrad comes down 1 to Kalmyskaya. The motorized that was in Stalingrad goes 1, 2 to Arel Kursk. Our coastal sub here in M11 moves over 1 to M10. Let's see. We'll have this infantry in northern Russia move over 1 to Kola. We'll have the infantry in western Russia move up 1 to Kola. We'll have the cavalry in western Russia move up 1 to Kola. We'll have The light armor in Smolensk move up 1-2 to Kola. We'll have the infantry in southern Belorussia move up 1 to northern Belorussia. We'll have this infantry in southern Ukraine move back 1 to Tarita. The infantry in western Ukraine moves back to Smolensk. The infantry that was in Smolensk moves back 1 to eastern Ukraine. The light armor in Kiev goes back 1-2 to Orel Kursk. The motorized in eastern Ukraine moves back 1 to Orel Kursk. The infantry that was in Orel Kursk moves up 1 to Kaluga Obelisk. The infantry in Gorky moves over 1 to Yaroslav. The infantry in Saratov moves down 1 to Stalingrad. The fighter and the tactical bomber in Moscow go 1-2 to Leningrad. So does the fighter from Orel Kursk, goes 1-2-3. The seaplane in Donetsk Kuban goes 1-2-3-4 to Orel Kursk, or Leningrad. I think that's it for the planes. And then our ships here in A14. I think we're at a major base. Are we at a sub base too? We're at a major base, but no sub base. So the heavy cruiser and the destroyer are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to A22 or A23 outside of London there. And the 2 submarines can go 1, 2, they'll go 1, 2, 3. How about to A6? So, I think that's everything for movement. Okay, so how about unit placement? We had our 2 ships that we could place, a destroyer and a submarine, and they're going to both go over here in the Crimea, or in the Black Sea, outside the Crimea, in M11. So add a destroyer and a submarine there. Okay, so I think that's it for the Soviet Union. So they saved their 4, and they're at 4, so that should give the Russians 8 next turn. Okay, so let's do a unit recap. The CCP in Shensi, they have 2 militia, 2 mountain infantry, and a cavalry. In Suyan, they have 2 infantry, 2 militia, and a cavalry. In Spain, in Madrid is an infantry and 2 militia. In Basque Country is 2 infantry. In Catalonia is a fighter and a medium bomber. The destroyer and cruiser in A35. The coastal sub is in M2. With the Soviet Union, we have in A23 a heavy cruiser and a destroyer. In A6 is 2 submarines. In Karelia, 3 infantry, a cavalry, and a light armor. Leningrad is a fortification, a coastal artillery gun, a militia, 2 fighters, a tactical bomber, and a seaplane. There's an infantry each in northern Belorussia, Yaroslav, and Kaluga Obelisk, and Smolensk. Moscow is an air transport and an infantry. Orel Kursk is 4 motorized infantry, 4 motorized infantry and 1 light armor. Eastern Ukraine is 2 infantry. Kiev is an infantry. Tarita is an infantry. Crimea is a fortification, an infantry, and a coastal artillery gun. In M10 is a coastal sub. An M11 is a light cruiser, 2 destroyers, and a fleet submarine. Smolensk is an infantry and a motorized infantry. Kalmyskaya is 2 infantry. Western Kazakhstan is an infantry. Transcaucasia is 2 infantry and 2 cavalry. And in the Far East, there's an infantry in Angara. And in Amur, there are 3 infantry and a militia. Oh, and finally, down in P41, we've got a fleet sub and a torpedo boat destroyer. So that should be it. And for income again, CCP has 4 and the Soviet Union has 8. Turning things over now to Boston, Bruce, and Japan.